Hey, I'm Star with a 4, and welcome to my second ever media commentary video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the incomprehensible ramblings I jotted down in the middle of the night hours before posting this. So, trolls, it has been getting super popular since the release of Band Together, and I have something to admit. I unironically love it. I would do a review, but I am not qualified for that, so I decided to talk about Velvet and Veneer and their roles in capitalistic, content-focused society, which I might be even less qualified for, but shut up, it's my channel, I can spread any misinformation I want. I'm just kidding, I'm gonna try to be as accurate as possible. But my friends, before we get into that, I just want to point out that right now I'm doing a little humanized design of Poppy in the background. I really had fun with it. Let me know if you want me to design anyone else as humans because I love them so much. Anyways, on to the meat of the video. The whole video idea spawned from a TikTok the DreamWorks official account posted. I don't think YouTube will like it if I play it, but it's that one scene from Band Together where Velvet's like, practice? I want to be famous, but I'm not gonna work for it. Ew! With the caption, POV, Gen Z at work. You know, doing the whole, haha, Gen Z lazy, kids don't want to work these days. And that got me thinking. Velvet and Veneer are canonically teenagers. They are Gen Z. They're like modern influencers. And me, being the attention whore that I am, decided to dig into this. So today I will be projecting my identity, worldly, and sexuality issues on these two Betty Spaghettis. Spoilers, obviously, will be necessary. So first things first, what is this society that they live in? Well, Velvet and Veneer live in Mount Rageous, which is basically supposed to be completely opposite to a troll village and all that stuff. It's like completely plastic, disconnected from the rest of the world. It's shiny, it's sleek, it's like Las Vegas, except no nature at all. It's weird as hell over there. Everyone there is a teenager who loves partying and all that jazz. They also jump from idol to idol at lightning speed, as shown by how quickly they turn against Velvet and Veneer and become attached to Poppy and Branch. So it makes a bit of sense for a region in this society that only lets you matter if you have innate talent to just cheat their way into fame. Because honestly, getting traction is a gamble within itself. Not to mention you have to have like gorgeous, special, amazing, lovely talent within Rageous. And you know, Velvet and Veneer obviously don't have that. So they kind of just leech off of somebody else. Which obviously this whole society thing isn't an excuse. That's just dumb. But you know, it makes a bit of sense. But why get famous in the first place? Like, yeah, it's cool to have, like, money and stuff, but why do they want so desperately, especially Velvet, to be famous like that? Well, boy oh boy, do I have an answer for you. Listen closely, my friends, because I say this whole fame thing, it's Velvet's identity crisis. You might be thinking, Star, what are you talking about? Velvet is supposed to be the irredeemable villain we're all supposed to love to hate. And allow me to just say, projection will get you far. So allow me to do a little bit of a character analysis of our good old girl, Velvet. Something I've noticed upon my 5th rewatch of this movie is how similar Velvet and John Dory are. They're both obsessive, controlling, selfish, and put a strange focus on perfection. And it's not only the need for perfection that they have in common, but also the need to be something and the fear of being irrelevant. For example, we have the beginning of the movie when John Dory says, "And if we're not perfect, we're nothing." And later in the movie when Velvet says, "Our parents were nobodies and we were nobodies." Ignoring the line that comes after that because, oh my god. They also both love to change their brothers in the name of fame, I suppose. So that's a little interesting there. So what's the difference between the two? Well, I say it's cognitive dissonance, or a lack thereof. Oh, and also, John Dory didn't kidnap anyone. That's a pretty big difference, too. Anyways, I feel like the difference between John Dory and Velvet is John Dory genuinely thinks he's doing the right thing for his brothers, for himself, for his fans, for everyone. He thinks it's for the greater good, especially for Floyd. Velvet, on the other hand, knows what she's doing is wrong. So does Veneer. But she gaslights herself into thinking it's okay. Because in the end, she would do anything for some recognition. And that, my friends, is cognitive dissonance. She could also be blinded by fame and power. She doesn't want to change because she has everything she could ever want. She's famous, she has it all, and she's gonna make sure it stays that way. But again, why? I feel like this isn't just a regular old case of an attention-seeking asshole just being an attention-seeking asshole. No. I think this goes much deeper than that. Because earlier when I said the quote of our parents were nobodies and we were nobodies, that's not a normal thing to be thinking about, my friend. We also see here that she almost basically risks her life just to get Floyd back. She almost jumps off a platform just to catch him, and Veneer has to pull her back so that she doesn't literally plummet to her possible demise. So in my professional opinion, I personally think that this is because she's having a little crisis over here. She doesn't know who she is, who she wants to be, so she just looks to adoration from everybody else. Because she probably didn't get enough hugs as a kid. No, for realsies. I feel like something had to have happened. Some sort of way she and Veneer were raised to make her act like this, because jerks don't come out of nowhere. And I feel like that thing that made her this way is the extremely media-focused society that she lives in, constantly focused on pushing out content, making things interesting, always having something new, always having something exciting in order to be special. Because, honestly, me too. Because John Dory was basically raised in a society where singing was just supposed to be fun. You were allowed to just do whatever. And as Clay said, doing this was supposed to be fun. Now it's all about being perfect. But for Velvet and Veneer, it was always about being perfect, and it was always about what you can give to others rather than what you can do to express yourself. Anyways, let's shift our focus for a moment to Veneer, my baby girl. He's literally me for real. Even my little brothers confirmed this. I just want you to know that my little brothers confirmed that Veneer is literally just like me for real. So, let's talk about queer coding. I have a sneaking suspicion that Veneer is queer coded. Obviously, with the right earring, that's just the most obvious I'm gay sign ever. Plus, the way he acts, his voice actor, everything about him just screams boy kisser. Also, just a side note, why does everybody ship him with Kid Ritz? They had 2 scenes together. Me too, but why? Anyways, I feel like especially it's not just the fact that, everything about him screams I like men and I do drag. It's also the whole dynamic between him and Floyd. To me, it's kind of just older gay guy teaching young gay baby girl how to come out and how to be proud of himself. Because there's definitely some queer solidarity there. They both have the earring. They both, now that I think about it, Veneer and Floyd are very much parallels of each other. They're both being kind of controlled by their older siblings. They both kind of just want to have fun and just hang out with their siblings. And they're both not ready to speak up about it. They don't want to upset anyone. people-pleasing attitude, man. So when Floyd says she should never try to change the you that you are, I feel like he's referencing Veneer's obvious gay agenda, that, or his anxiety, because we see time and time again how he always hyperventilates and starts like literally having fucking panic attacks on camera, and Velvet's just like, shut up right now, be quiet. So obviously Veneer has to do some masking and he has to do some hiding. He's obviously putting up a front a lot of the time. I feel like he does this to make his sister happy, and his sister makes him do this for the fans, to make sure the fans are happy, because real people are not as palatable as caricatures and simple two-dimensional figures. And this absolutely reflects the real world, because according to Katie McRoy, I'm sorry I can't pronounce it, Consumerism and the Artist, quote, "Under capitalism, artists must adapt to trends in order for their artistic practice to be seen as legitimate." Which means that these two siblings have to adapt to whatever's trendy and whatever's popular and whatever the wide public wants to see, and suppress their more personal artistic preferences in order to get the fame they so desperately crave. Because in Mountrageous and the real world, fame, money, and material value are everything, and you can't get any of that without either cheating your way through it or making yourself more palatable to everyone and making yourself into like this little caricature of who you are. And it's not just Velvet and Veneer who do this, but it's also John Dory and his brothers earlier in the movie, when he basically turns himself and his brothers into like little labels, i.e. the fun one, the sensitive one, the heartthrob, the leader, and the baby. But eventually, when they're all grown up and able to like understand things better, and they're in like a position in which they're able to expand upon themselves, they are allowed to break free from those little boxes that they were put in and actually just be themselves with their art and their performances. They don't have to hide anymore, and they're proud of themselves, and they're proud enough to be able to show that to the world and anyone who wants to listen. So I hope as the Trolls world expands, Velvet and Veneer will eventually be able to do the same things that Brozone was able to do, break free from the boxes they put themselves in, learn and grow, and eventually be able to express themselves in ways that they couldn't before. In all honesty, I think that would resonate very deeply with artists, especially Gen Z artists, young artists, small artists. Obviously, Velvet and Veneer did not end up small artists. They were huge. Oh my god. They owned a motherfucking yacht. They were about to buy matching yachts. Jesus. Obviously, they're not small artists, but I feel like if they get character development in later stories and stuff, I think that would very much be very sentimental to a lot of people, especially on social media, and especially who are trying to like get into the art industry. And also just because I love them as characters and I want to see my queens succeed. Oh my god, I love them so much. They are such divas, and they are so unapologetically boy bossing. I love them so much, and I want to put them in a blender. I want to put them in some pasta, because they are like fucking spaghetti. Anyways, the speed paint is almost over, which means this video is almost done, so I just like to say, I have another media analysis idea about Has-Been Hotel. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. I might draw fan art for it too in the background. But anyways, let me know if there's something you want me to cover, or if there's something I missed within this video, because I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's real interesting to me. I love it so much. So I have been Star with a 4. Remember to take care of yourself and always keep one eye open. Bye!